We knew this day would finally come, and it finally did. Stay tuned to find out what it is. So this is supposed to be the rainy season. Sure doesn't feel like it. We are getting some rain at night. I don't think we've had rain, anything of significance in over a week. And again, this is the rainy season. So I'm just doing this video. I wasn't planning on doing a video today, but I don't think I felt the sun so hot. 8 o'clock this morning, it felt like it was midday. Do you feel like it's hot today?
Definitely. The sun is the hottest I felt it
Yeah.
in a long time.
I mean, we're making over 5,000 watts. Battery's been at 100% at 9 o'clock this morning. At 8 o'clock this morning, it was hot as heck.
It was so hot.
It was amazing. So I don't know if you want to call it climate change or if that's going to trigger anybody, but boy, has it been hot this rainy season. Even friends of ours have said the same thing. It's just abnormally hot for the rainy season. This is really not the summertime. Summertime here in this area is, more like March, April, May. That's the hot time of the year. And remember the drought we had, right?
Look at Prince staying out of this.
Yeah, look at Prince. He just came out from the aircon. We did something that's really kind of abnormal for us. Is we got the glass closed and the aircon blasting on high. I turned it on like 8:30 this morning because I knew it was going to be a scorcher. So it's definitely hot. Even Prince is staying out of the sun.
Smart.
I don't blame him. Hey, is it too hot? And with his dark hair, right?
Yeah.
He really absorbs the heat. Hey, what's on your face? Right? So I did this with Sandy on the last video, so I got to do this with you. What a good boy. Just woke up from like an hour nap in the aircon, laying on his back with his feet in the air. Came out just because we came out. But we have Barretta here today. She's going to do Fridays. We'll let her pick the day of the week. She picked Fridays. And she'll be here every Friday now for the day to go around and make sure everything is clean. The outside work. So Wilma has relinquished the outside work, and Wilma will take care of the inside work. So she starts off by mopping all the tile first thing in the morning, mopping the carport, and then she just starts in one corner and just picks up all the leaves. Just goes around any weeds that grew from the previous week, just to keep things nice. There's the solar cover. I did something different today. An algicide and pool brush delivers today, one day early. So I'll be able to get the algicide in here today. But kind of a no-no, putting rocks up on the coping, because if a good wind blows, it could blow the rocks in. But we're just trying it out because when we run the pump, and we're running the pump anywhere from 2 to 4 hours a day. Very rarely do we do more than 4 hours a day. Depends a lot on the weather. If it's cloudy, we keep an eye on our solar battery. We'll just run it a couple hours. And then if it's a nice day like today, with the laser beam just being extra hot, he said we're making over 5,000 watts with the pool pump going, the aircon going. We got a couple fans, the refrigerators. We're using like 2,000 watts, and we're making 5,000. So, again, our size solar system is plenty for us. So we'll get the algicide in today. I'll video that, see how that works out. Look at the panels as compared to yesterday. Really did a nice job. Now we still got to paint the 4. We didn't get done. So we moved the guys out because we were scheduled to go out to do the wall. So those 4 panels still need to be done. But look, Sino knows what he's doing. Remember that distinct line? You can barely see it. So this has all got a second coat of paint down to that fourth panel, and we need to do a second coat there. We'll call it done. We're starting to run out of projects, so I think 2 more weeks with the guys. We're going to paint this wall while we're at it. Might as well, just to get it done. We're going to paint the main facade. That's going to get painted, and I got a better quality paint. Now let's see if I can zoom in. See the staining there? So I'm saying, why are we getting stains? And I found out when I was up on the, because I jumped up on the roof 2 days ago because I put the orange flexible conduit on my wire for the Starlink to keep the Starlink wire out of the sun. So I did that 2 days ago, and I came to the edge and looked over and said, you know, would it be easier to paint this facade from down here, or easier to stand on the roof and do it? And you really don't want to stand on the roof too much, but it's going to be so much easier just to go up there. Well, guess what I noticed? The top, that's about, I don't know, 5 inches thick, that concrete. The top's not painted. It's just raw concrete. So when the rain hits, it's just with the dirt and the grime coming over. So we're gonna have to clean that ridge. You can see they painted here. See that edge? That's painted white, but the very top all the way is not. So we're gonna have to clean it up, get a couple coats of paint up there, and that may stop the seepage of just making that white paint look bad. But we want to get that done with the guys being here. There's Berida. She really knows what she's doing. Her husband has a landscaping business, so you know, she helps him a lot. So she'll be here every Friday. So we'll be getting this done shortly. Man, it's hot. I know so many people talk about it on videos, and I talk about it a lot too. But man, sometimes it's just hard. You wonder how these guys work. That don't really bother them. I mean, they take their 2 breaks, they take their hour lunch throughout an 8-hour workday. But I don't think I'd want to be out here all day. So they're starting. You can see they pegged. This is a rock that's just not going to come out. So we drilled in, pegged it, and they're starting to put the rebar in, starting to put stones at the bottom. We did our snap line. Now guys, the actual property line is a few inches this way, if anybody was wondering. We're not going to build a wall on, you know, not our property. So the property line is actually here. So the snap line is now level. It took us some time to get this right. It really was the fact, this is a little high to me, but we needed to do it to keep it level out there. So this road goes up ever so slightly, so we had to have this to be a little high to have the front wall to be level, because the top of this wall is level all the way across. So we did not want this wall to be anything different to that. So we did the Filipino level using the top of that down to the snap line and just kept working it. And there we go. Now we're gonna probably take this down as well because this is high. Now I don't want to be at the same level as the road, because you know I always say that you need to have your home higher than the road, if you can call that a road. It's not really a road, dirt road. But this is something that Wilma's wanted for a long time. She wants to have flowers here, and it just didn't work out. It was just too rough. And now with having proper wall like this, just smaller, all rendered. She wants to paint it the same color, the sand dune. And then we'll be able to come in here and get all this to come down. So all this dirt here will come down and level. So we'll have it level going across, and it'll be much easier to maintain some sort of flowers. So that's what Wilma wants to do. So that's what will happen. A little bit of news. You can see our neighbor and Joey. They're starting their build. They're going to build a beautiful home on the very far 2 lots. They bought 2 lots side by side. Subscribe from Wisconsin. And there is an excavator back there. I can hear the engine running. Must be behind the house here. But they're starting to dig the trench for their wall going around their property. So things are starting to hop. Things are happening. We're going to have some real nice neighbors up here. Sense of community. And I think it's going to be nice once all these homes are done. And we'll have a nice community. Remember the trumpet flowers, all the sticks that we planted not too long ago, and I'll show you once again for new viewers what a trumpet flower looks like. So our friends up at Tokamak restaurant, which is literally just a half a kilometer that way, is already starting to bloom. Now we just put these sticks in the ground how long ago, guys? I don't think it's 3 weeks, but it could be 3 weeks. And look how most of them are starting to bloom. Pretty amazing, just by putting a stick in the ground. We haven't watered them, we just let the rain happen. But definitely, they're starting to bloom already. Look at this one. I don't think this one's going to make it. So not all of them are going to bloom, but it looks like the majority of them will. And I will be able to add to the aesthetics of the garden. So I want you to take a look at all this lemongrass that Wilma is allowing to fill in. And then also take notice of native wild marigolds that are planted, transplanted all in this rock wall. It's for a certain reason, and I'm about to tell you a story. All right, so I'm back here in the back corner of the property in the carport. Now, for those who know Wilma, she has a phobia of snakes, and it's a bad phobia. Meaning if she sees a snake on TV, she has an issue for like an hour. If she sees one live, it'll be days. She gets nausea and just a real bad reaction and fear of seeing snakes. And the reason for that is when she was in, she said like 1st or 2nd grade, a very long cobra. She said a very long one because her father killed it, like 6-7 foot long, fell out of a tree while she was sitting waiting to go to school and landed on her. And she said, I remember that it raised up and it was ready to strike, and she screamed, but she knew enough not to move. And her father come running just a few moments later with a machete and killed it. So ever since that day, and she always speaks to how cold it felt when it landed on her. It's just it was traumatic for her, and it just never left. So she has a fear of snakes. Well, we've been here for 2 years, have not seen a snake until the other day. So let me tell you the story. So that's another reason why we have Berta here. Wilma said there's going to be absolutely no clutter because we had, you guys remember we had some cocoa lumber here and some tile and everything. Just construction material like this. And, you know, she basically had the guys just clean everything, just to, you know, try to keep everything clean. So behind us is jungle. And remember, we own 1 meter past this wall. So I haven't been doing a good job of trimming these trees back here. I usually go out 1 meter out, straight up, trim off the bushes. The neighbor right over on that side of the wall, friends of ours, they have no problem with it at all. So tile, we had a bunch of tile that we just purchased like a couple days before. This exact tile. And you can see it's in a box. And we had probably 30 boxes right here. Kinda by these trees right here. And the guys, when they were doing the tile in the dirty kitchen, came over, needed tile, and they opened this flap that's just on by a little bit of glue and lifted this up. And under, being careful, under this flap that was glued was an 18-inch python right here, coiled up. But it was under the flap. So I'm thinking that it came from Dumageddon, where we bought the tile. That's my guess. Because I think it was either the night before or 2 nights before, no more than that, we delivered the tile. So when they opened the flap, there was a python there. But an hour before that, remember the tile was here, I was up on the roof with Disco, and we were installing Starlink. So this goes back a couple of weeks. And while I was up there, I said, Wilma, throw me up the machete. We're going to trim this tree. So I had Disco, climb the tree and cut a bunch of branches, a lot. He really cut it back. And we put all the branches here. And I picked all the branches up and threw all the branches right here. Then I climbed down, and then we grabbed all the branches and we chucked them over because they'll just decay. Hour later, they find the python. But 18 inches is not that big of a snake. He must have slithered and then slithered up. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Slithered up 50 cm, and somehow with this being glued, got up in here. Guess it's possible, and coiled up right there. I guess it's possible, but I think it came from Dumageddon. That's my guess. But Wilma's now on snake alert. Could have came from there, but we just don't know. And with all the construction going on, right? We got construction going on over there, construction going on over there. There's a chance that it's a local snake. Now, it's a python only 18 inches. That's a baby, right? So there's a mama somewhere, and that's what Wilma keeps talking about. So I just wanted to share that story that we did see a snake. What do you guys think? You think it was in that box when we purchased it from City Hardware, or do you think it was up in that tree back there, jackfruit tree? Don't know if snakes like jackfruit, but can even an 18-inch python climb? Well, that wall's 11 feet, so it had to have been 15, 16 feet. Can an 18-inch python climb a tree? I don't know. And then when we cut the branches and I threw the branches over, it was there. I don't know. So what do you guys think? Comment and let us know. So we'll keep moving on with the heat and with the final few projects, getting the painting done, getting the front facade. If we have time, we might do another coat under here just to freshen it up. And then the very last project will be similar to this little concrete step into the Kubo. We're going to pull these rocks out and do a little concrete sidewalk right here. because this is a ankle twister as you walk up this way. So that's going to be the last project, and then we'll finally be done with all our projects. Yeah, right.